Yep.
All right. How's it going?
All right. I've had to stop playing Sabbath now.
Oh no! Can't I play it through? Don't YouTube have Sabbath on their? Don't they have any Sabbath on their free, like copyright free?
No.
I've not actually looked on the. Since I've started doing StreamYard, I've not actually, because I've not been making videos. I've not been looking at like what music I can add on, because it way back in the old days before I started doing any like videos with like me on them, I used to just like pick, how you could just pick YouTube copyrighted enabled music to just lay over a video that you wanted to just play. I used to just kind of just do it like that. I weren't really bothered about like doing all the good stuff. But ever since then, so for years I've not done anything like that. So I have no idea what sort of music you can actually get free through YouTube. That's copyright and enabled to watch on YouTube. So
there's some alright stuff,
like commercial, like kind of like proper music, not just like made up stuff.
Well, yeah. So like obviously you get all your what would have been midis back in our day. MIDI files, weren't there? That's basically what's available on YouTube itself. I don't know about Endemic Sounds.
I'm just wondering if you were able to. Anyway, I better say a few hellos. Hi guys, you all right? Francis, Mandy, Claire. Thanks, Andy. Yeah. I thought. Thing is, we'll come back to that in a minute, Gav. There's a couple of reasons, right? We've not been around for a little while, and we made a little comeback, didn't we, with the with Shedgate when we had all those problems, and my life's just upside down at the minute, guys. So I've not been able to like do the live streams. I'm really behind on all my work, and I was just thinking tonight. I was just talking to Gav today, and we were saying that we haven't done the lives and stuff. And I mean, I do have an ulterior motive for wanting to do the lives because I need to get my view hours up. But that's aside from that. I was actually thinking to myself. I was thinking, you know what? We hadn't chatted to the guys for ages. It seems like weeks since we chatted to the guys, and just as these guys are just saying now that they missed like having these little gatherings, even if it's just like half a dozen of us. It's just nice to just chill out, get together, have a little chat, catch up, make sure everybody's all right, So yeah, I was just thinking that to that, and I thought, you know what? I was nearly going to be really lazy and just like speak to Gav, like not live. I'm just going to because I've got these 2 Vivariums to build for some orders tomorrow. So I thought I'll just chill out. I'll speak to Gav, and then I just thought, you know what? I'm going to just like go live just to see if anybody's around, because I nearly didn't, and the reason I nearly didn't is because I know that Scott's got his live going at the moment. He does his Tuesday night lives, so I didn't want to like kind of obviously compete with that. And I just thought, well, you know what? It doesn't really matter, does it? Even if nobody comes in, we're still going to chat. They're
only doing what we'd be doing anyway.
We'll still chat anyway. So, but I just thought, if anyone's around and they want to pop in and say hello, then that's all good too. So here they are saying hello. So yeah, sorry, Claire, we're just being rude, aren't we? Just being rude, man.
Last day for posting tomorrow.
Yes, last day of posting tomorrow for me. Yeah. Cut off 11 o'clock as usual. Need to start thinking about the show. I'm hoping there's not a lot to do for preparations for this show.
I was on about this to Steph earlier.
I'm hoping there isn't a lot to do.
I don't think there is. There's just the odd label to make up. You've got a couple of ID cards to make.
Yeah, there's a bunch of slings to label up. Like we were saying earlier, I'd quite like to. Thing is, I've got all those Cambridge eyes still yet to pot up. They need doing anyway, but I don't necessarily need them for the show because I think I've still got I think I've still got 3 or 4 of those grown on Cambridge ice slings. So
Yeah.
that's enough to take to the show, isn't it? So
Sidex has taken it off of the website.
Oh yeah, Francis, nice one. If you're still there, dude, yeah, definitely want those. They are absolutely stunning. They are, man. Those Grammar Stola, absolutely beautiful. I can't believe they've not been snapped up. Has he not been advertising them in tarantula groups?
They only went on today.
Oh right, okay. I feel quite lucky that I've got them. I was going to ask you to ask him what else he'd got. I need to look at his website, don't I? So, is the website up to date, Francis? I might see if you've got any other pairs, nice pairs.
He also said, because he's got to come and see me at show anyway, he can bring it then and save on postage if you want.
Brilliant. Yeah, do that, please, Francis. I'm picking up a load of stuff I'm getting from Spider Shop anyway. I've just messaged Jeremy to see if he's posting out those David Bowie.
Yeah. Yes, Andy, it is the Bristol one.
Yeah, Andy, where are you based anyway? Can't remember where you're based. Believe it or not, I don't memorise everybody's addresses. That'd just be weird. Although I do remember a lot of people's addresses, funnily enough. Especially the repeating customers. I know where you all live, man. Yes, Andy. If it's a stone's throw away from you, dude, then Bournemouth. So the Brighton show's in November, dude. That one will be that'll be a better one for you, I imagine. So if you want to just do one show this year, man, the Brighton show will be closer for you, but also pretty much almost as good. Brighton's another good show, so it's another quite a big show. But 100 miles, what's that? It's no.
Is it?
It's no, is it?
How many miles are we travelling?
I mean, I don't even know how many miles we're doing. We're doing about, I think it's about, I don't know. I don't know how many miles it is. I can't remember. I think it's about 300 mile round trip. Maybe more. Can't quite remember.
I know it's about 75 to coast. Like Brid.
Yeah, which is like the closest coast you can get to from here.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, there you go, Andy. There's an opportunity to go and get some work done. So, where his office is, that means that's where all the boring paperwork gets done. What did Mandy say?
She's saying that jumper that she got off you is rude.
She'll be getting ready. She'll probably be malted. She probably made a little hammock for herself then, and a little malting sack. So she was, if I remember rightly, she was pretty fat when I put her in there. So, Claire's got a table at Brighton. Get you, Claire. Nice one, Claire. Congratulations. Awesome. I guess that means we might have to go then. I mean, I'm still deciding whether to go, because if we go to Brighton, we are going to have to stay overnight, because it is, even though Bristol's too far to do. We are going to be pushing it to not stay overnight, but it's doable. It's doable. It's not like the end. I just have to drink copious amounts of coffee on the way home. We'll have to stop for dinner and all that stuff. But yeah, I think if we do Brighton, we'll definitely have to stay over. And I still need to work out exactly how far it is to the Glasgow show, because we might need to stay over at that as well, because I think that's about 4.5 hours. So that's just a bit too much. Just a bit too much for me. So, what do you reckon? Claire? Is there any room on your floor? Claire says she only lives right corner, doesn't she, Claire?
can't remember.
I'm pretty certain she said it was only like down the road from her, the Brighton show.
She's never.
I know.
Never even been to a show, but now she's doing one.
That's right, man. No messing.
Yeah, well, that was like me, wasn't it? With that first IHS.
Yeah.
That was my first show, and I was working it.
Yeah.
"20 minutes from Claire."
Okay, I know. Yeah, I thought I remember it not being far. What's Peculiar Pest saying? Oh, right, she's just jealous. Oh dear. Okay, yeah, the IHS. You do know the IHS has moved to Manchester now. Peculiar Pests, anyway. Is that somebody new, or do we know who that is, Gav? Can we?
No,
sounds familiar.
I think it had a name before.
Yeah, Peculiar Pests. Come on, tell us who you are. You dare. Tent in a garden, Jay says. Yeah, well, my sleeping in tent days are long gone, I've got to tell you. I was never a big fan of sleeping in tents, even in my heyday. I can't, Claire, if I don't have like a solid mattress these days with a solid base on a bed, I can't move for weeks. My neck and my back just implode, basically. You know.
Best place for velvet spiders. Any suggestions, Mitch?
Oh, sorry.
The spider shop I've got a load in.
I was just reading what Peculiar Pest is saying.
Oh, it's Shona.
Oh, yeah. Shona. Yes, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Normally it says Shona Connell and then Peculiar Pest, doesn't it? I knew I recognised it. It was just okay, cool. There you go. Right. Who's asking for...
Mandy's asking about velvet spiders.
Velvet spiders. Yeah, TSS, the spider shop's got some velvet spiders. I mean, I can't think who else has got them. Unless Claire's got any. Claire or...
Bug Box, but I've read bad things about them recently.
We don't advertise Bug Box. Look, all I know about Bug Box is that he's very hit and miss. That's all I'm going to say, because that's true. I'm not saying anything because I'm not.
No.
I'm not going to start dissing other sellers because I don't even know if he is a breeder. All I know is that he sells. I don't actually know if he does any breeding for himself. But anyway, by the by, the point is, all I know is that it's 50-50. Everyone I've spoken to who's ordered anything from, what's his name? Forget his name again now. It's that young guy, isn't it?
Brendan, I think.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. All I know is that everyone I know who's ever ordered from Bug Box all say the same thing, that sometimes it works out well and sometimes it doesn't. And it's always been 50-50. That's all I can tell you. I have no experience myself. So all I know is that it's a bit hit and miss. So fair warning is all I can say. I mean, in my opinion, 50-50, hit and miss, is just not acceptable.
No.
Sorry, but you know, I mean,
might be right, might not be right.
Don't get me wrong. We've all had bad experiences from every seller we've ever bought from. We've all had the odd one, but we can all forgive the odd one. But 50-50.
Yeah, I'm sure TSS have got them on at the moment, Monday.
He used to have some. He did have some.
It were the 0.5s, wasn't it?
Yeah,
proper tiny ones.
I mean, I don't know whether he's got any on or not. In fact, actually, come to think of it, I don't think he has, because when I was putting my list, when I made my order the other day, I don't remember seeing any. He had jumping spider pairs, but he didn't have any. I don't remember seeing any velvet. No, he's got
Yeah, well, it was like last week when I was last in there.
He's had those lineators for months and months and months. I don't think he can ship them. Maybe I'll ask him if I might get a bunch off him because we've just got those 3, haven't we?
Yeah.
There you go. Shona says she had a couple of friends who went right with bug box until it went very wrong. Claire says he had 3 chances with her. In fact, I think it was Claire I was speaking to a while back about bug box having a lot of problems. So there you go. I mean, in my opinion, hit and miss is just not acceptable when it comes to.
It's not, is it? It's...
I mean, like I was saying, we all have incidents when it comes to, DOAs and things like that. Nobody's perfect. Nobody, especially when you've been doing it a long time and you send a lot of orders out. But to have a ratio of to have a reputation of hit and miss is that's not good, is it?
Yeah, I'd seen about Wildcard as well.
That's that.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're going to buy from, that's when it comes to true spiders. If you're going to buy from Lee, they're going to be well collected, and for the most part. So.
And it's been postponed.
Yeah, it's been postponed, dude. Just not had time to put it together, mate.
Life kind of just gets in the way.
It's all just been a bit crazy. Just got a lot on at the moment, dude. Just not been able to put it all together at the moment. Just got quite a lot going on in the old personal life and shows coming up right, left, and centre. Bristol, Glasgow, Coventry. All sorts going on.
What about Coventry?
Going to be busy bee over the next few weeks, man. Yeah, no worries, Andy. I'll tell you what, Andy. I know what I'll do. I've got some nice stuff coming next week. One of your terrariums, I'm thinking a cohab. What do you reckon? Death veining beetles and a desert scorpion. Death veining beetles and desert scorpion cohabitation. Andy, what do you reckon? I might post a few pictures on Facebook just to get whet people's appetites. I've got some really nice pictures of the cohabs that I had before from a few years ago. Watch this space, guys.
Yeah, some exciting things to come. Yeah, it says, "Oh, that could be interesting."
Yeah, definitely. If you want something really nice and interesting to look at, you can set yourself up a nice little desert bioactive, which I do have a stream from a while back, but I'm going to be doing another one soon, so look out for that one. Going to do another bioactive desert setup, this time with a scorpion death veining beetle cohabitation. So that's going to be cool. Looking forward to that. Oh, nice one. Oh, that's brilliant, Claire. Congratulations. Oh, you must be so happy. Yeah, that must be such a big load off your mind, man. Having your ECHP confirmed, 1-on-1 confirmed. That is amazing. So that'll be in a mainstream school then, will it, Claire? I assume. Oh, That's brilliant. I'm so pleased for you. God, I remember, honestly, I mean, when we got our ECHP, and then we used that to get Alpha access into the special school that he's in now. Honestly, it was like the best day of our lives. It was just such a load off. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, Mitch kind of blew his budget that was like going to go on somewhere else.
Yeah, I've bought a shitload in. So I mean, listen, Francis, I'll speak to you. I'll speak to you about it another time, dude.
I think I mentioned it to you before, didn't I? About like Lee wants them to spend like 400 quid plus for him to be eligible for the wholesale.
Oh, yeah. Does Francis have a? Do you have a wholesale account with Lee, Francis?
I think it was I were talking to, and I just says to speak to you.
Yeah, listen. If you know, between us and everyone else who's watching, just give me a shout, Francis. I've got an idea, dude. If you're not eligible or you're not able to get a wholesale account set up with Lee for whatever reason, just give me a shout, dude. We'll sort something out.
Yeah, that's got to be a massive weight off your shoulders, that, Claire. 2-year process.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, the to get you ECHP, it's you've got several forms to fill in, and they're not, they're serious forms. They're not like, you've got to write like mini essays almost, like in all the boxes to put all the information. Yeah. You've got to account for absolutely everything. You've got to like have a meeting with a panel of people on whatever the jury, so to speak, the powers that be. You have to have a meeting.
And it's that's insane, that though, because you think like you're already struggling, and to be like basically paraded, aren't you?
You do basically have to justify your existence,
and it's just
it's
undue stress, and I'm sure there's a way that these things can be avoided.
There is, but the problem is there's only a limited amount of funds. So
yeah, well, it always comes down to funding, doesn't it?
It's because of that. There's a reason why they make everybody jump through hoops. It's a serious process, and it takes a long time, and it's a lot of stress. And also, if you're not very good at like filling forms in and stuff, because not everybody's like great at.
That must be a massive daunting fact, that.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you've ever filled anything like any kind of government form in, for like any kind of benefit or anything like that, it's just like that. It's just like proper, like you're talking like 20, 30 page like booklets.
I can't do it. That's Steph's job, that.
It can be very overwhelming. And this is why a lot of people don't get it. Either don't get it or they don't bother. They just don't bother trying because it's too overwhelming for a lot of people. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard, man. It's hard. Yeah. You'll get there, Francis, man. You'll get there, dude. Just gotta keep trucking. Keep on trucking. But yeah, anyway, Claire, fantastic. She must be absolutely chuffed. So chuffed. I just hope it works out for him, little lad, at the school. You know, because, well, I'm not going to say it. We'll talk about that when the time comes. But having a one-on-one in a mainstream school brings a whole host of its own problems potentially. So, but you know, hey, enjoy this moment. I'm not going to start.
It's the little victories. It's the little ones.
It's
you got to take them. Hey, Rial's that female poke. Well, what I think is the female pokey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And sweet as nut.
No, sweet as nut.
And your drama.
I like that bleeding one other day. Jesus. Doing a Rial's and then ended up having to get down to your boxers.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd not spoken to you, had I? Like since that had happened.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true because I did see the video, but I think I forgot to post a comment, a reply, or something.
Yeah, I think it was. You laughed at it, and I think it was like a couple of days after that I spoke to you.
I think I laughed, and then I meant to leave a comment, and then I think something cropped up, and then I ended up forgetting to go back to it. So, but yeah, that was crazy. That was, man. With pokey on your boxes.
Oh man, it just like like they do where they go in, down, across, up, and out. That's what it did. Obviously a bit faster, and then I'm scrambling around to try and like block it from running like off under the table, and then it changed direction and it went under the cushion that were on the floor, and I was like, well, "Where have you gone?" And then I moved and it were on my foot. And I got a shot of it. I thought, I'm not moving because if I move, it's going to run up my leg.
Yeah.
So I might as well take this opportunity to just take a picture. And I goes to take a picture. I text the picture, and that's it. It makes a beeline for up my leg. And I managed to keep my shorts like tight, and it carried on going, and it went inside my t-shirt instead, through my armpit. And I was like, well, I don't know where it is. And I were on my own as well. So I couldn't just like, Steph, can you see if it's on my back or whether it's actually inside my shirt? So I managed to take my shirt off inside out. And I was like, well, where's it gone? Because it wasn't on my shirt. And that was the last place I'd seen it. So I'm like this on my head. And I'm thinking, is it just sat there up on top? It wasn't there. And I'm looking. And it moved. It was on my shirt. But I don't know how I missed it. And then it made a beeline for my leg. Straight inside my shorts. And I was like, yes, great. What do I do now?
Yeah.
So it took them off and I had to just kind of like stand them and then get torch and looking down inside them. Little shout.
Oh man, that's mental. I mean, at least it was relatively well behaved.
Yeah. It stayed within the confines of
where. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It stayed within your personal space.
Yeah,
which was good.
Yeah, a bit too personal.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I mean, what would you have done if it had gone inside your shorts, man? What would you have done? Do you think you'd have like just been able to stay cool?
What, inside my boxers?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You just don't know, do you? You'd like to think you've been all right, but
Yeah, I don't think I'm down for its little, because like the hook don't go onto your skin. I mean, like grabbing onto your scrotum. I ain't gonna feel nice, that.
Oh, your scrotum's the least. Putting its hooks into your scrotum is the least of your worries, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying not to think about them bleeding fangs.
Oh, brilliant.
Pokey gives you a Prince Albert.
Oh, my. Oh my god! Thinking about.
So yeah, I didn't have no drama like that with this one.
Yeah.
It's made a mess of its other enclosure, and I can't see inside it.
Yeah.
They are dirty sods. They're just pooping machines, aren't they? So
yeah, they are real dirty sods, aren't they? They're not really untidy. Right. What's everyone saying? What's Francis?
Yeah, that's a pain in the ass, isn't it?
Oh God.
I mean, just one job. Why do they do it?
Just mean. So anyway, Francis, have you got any other pairs that you think I might be interested in? Any other nice, pretty pairs? You know, maybe something a bit different. I know you're the man for something a bit different. One down, one to go.
I had a sneak peek at Mr. Dermy earlier. Can't wait for it to come out. Absolutely
massive. Sorry?
My Sturmy.
Oh yeah.
Because it's still not come out since malting.
Okay.
But there's like a piece of bark propped up, so I can just pull it forward slightly and I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for it to come out. I have to feed it a hiss. I don't think Red Runners will do it.
No worries. How come you're shifting that Grammastola pair on them, dude? Because like they're absolutely gorgeous. They are. Thought you'd be keeping those for yourself. What's wrong with them?
Maybe just so that he can concentrate on the Echobopus and the Phimictopus. And possibly Harpacteria? Is the other one that you were talking to?
Oh, he's got an adult pair coming. Well, there you go. There you go. Well, I'll take him, dude. I'll be honest. I fell in love with him as soon as I saw him. As soon as Gav showed him me, it was like, absolutely.
Mate, when I got that sling and I opened it up and I seen it, and I was just like, wow. I've not known like slings to be that colourful, like from the go.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Iringi.
Yeah, just have a quick Google of them, Claire. They're absolutely gorgeous. Sorry. It's a bit like that, isn't it? Swings and roundabouts, doesn't it? The old hit and miss with the. I presume Claire and Francis are just talking about just breeding generally, being a bit up and down.
Yeah, they full on grapple the food.
Yeah, man. Awesome. That's good to hear. Can't wait. So they're what? What sort of size were they? Are they just like juveniles sort of size?
7 to 8 centimeters. Yeah, it'll be back end of juvenile, won't it?
So they've probably still got about another 25 years to go before they mature.
Yeah. No, maybe not as long as that. It's not a brachypelma.
I'll get them in then for it'll be my retirement project.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not too far away, dude. Although, to be fair, I think that's it now. This is my retirement project.
Yeah.
This was always meant to be my retirement project. Just brought it forward by about 25 years. All right, maybe not 25 years. I'm not that young. Yeah, 8 to 10 centimeters. That'll do, man. That'll do. Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to them. The more I look at the pictures of them, the more I'm looking forward to them, more than I'm looking forward to getting that stuff off Lee on Sunday. Mandy still doesn't want it though. She doesn't care how beautiful it is. She doesn't want it.
You can always get a dwarf species. It's not much bigger than a fully grown jumper.
What are you on about, dude?
Dwarf species of teas.
Being only just a little bit bigger than the fully grown.
Some of them, yeah, some of them are.
Don't be ridiculous.
Hey, I'm telling you. Like that cardiopelma.
It's still loads bigger than a fully grown jumping spider. You nutter.
Only its legs. Just because jumpers have got stumpy legs.
They have, aren't they? They're like. They're not as funny
looking as well. They've got like dumpy legs.
Yeah, to be fair, they're not as funny looking as velvet spiders, are they?
No.
They've got proper stumpy legs, man. They're like,
and they can't balance. They're just like they hobble about.
Oh, don't listen to them, man. Don't.
And if they come to edge of something and they overbalance, that's it. They've gone. And then they're on the backs like turtles. Like
that. Mandy says she's got stumpy legs. That's why she likes jumping spiders. I'm sure they're not that disproportionately short. Although Becky says I've got disproportionately short arms and legs. Well, I don't think that's true. Although there must be something in it, because whenever I buy like a jumper or anything, the sleeves are always too long.
That is down to the provider, whoever you get it from. They need to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can't be just waiting around until it gets like big and then say, right, well, this one's actually bigger than the smaller.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the problem, isn't it? This is where you have to trust who you're buying things from.
Yeah, well, it happened when I found that one for Francis, and it turned out it was just the normal form, and not the. You see, it should say SP Columbia gross if it's the large form. And it will be Formosa, I think, for the small one.
Mm.
You end up having problems here, like same as they have with Davis Pentalaris, that because of the variations,
Yeah,
you end up on that crossbreeding.
yeah. I mean, I dare say it's already gone too far.
Yeah.
Where it's already all a bit mixed up, I imagine. Because the problem is, a lot of people, well, I say a lot of people, some people aren't like us. They don't give a shit. They don't think about these things.
I know, because the meal sells them, and I know that meal has it actually labelled correctly. But I don't know who else actually sells them.
Yeah. Well, Christoph might have some.
Do you know some of the other Davos species are really nice? They're just not that well established. So I think that there's like Fasciata, I think it is the one that gets confused with Pentalaris, but they both have different coloured carapaces.
Yeah, but they've still got that same distinctive kind of like patterning on
the backside, yeah.
Backside on the abdomens, aren't they? Those really distinctive Davos kind of Yeah, but I bet there's some really nice. I bet there's some really nice ones out there. In the wild, yet to be found. I bet there's some lovely species in that genus. I bet there's a whole variety of like colours.
Is it Dennis Kruper or something like that? That does a lot of like macro photography. I think that's his name. He normally has them on because he has like all the different variations of the whatever it is, Celedonia.
Yeah. Is this that German? Is this that German guy? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what his name is, but I know.
Because I think he has like 3 or 4 different species.
Yeah. Hapalapala species Columbia. Yeah, that's the one that I've got, isn't it? The dwarf Hapalapala species Columbia.
No.
Is that not the same one?
Pseudohapalopoulos.
Pseudohapalopoulos. I keep forgetting it's Pseudohapalopoulos. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
With the blues and the yellows.
I think mine are Francis has just said, I think mine max out at relatively small size. I think they would get to be a bit bigger than 6 centimeters though, but not much so. But I've never. The last lot I got, I didn't manage to get them to full size, so I'm hoping because I bought these in a bit
large
bigger.
form.
Yeah.
Mail. That I sent it to Craig. But that were a fair size. He was feisty him. Nutter. Just like that thing that I sent you, Francis, that Fimbriatus. No cares in world, straight into female's burrow. Right, I'm going in there to drag you out, and then just got eaten.
I would say, who's this? Go away, whoever you are. I would say that, I would say 10 centimeters is potentially still considered a dwarf, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Because the Diamantinesis is, they grow to be about 10 centimeters, I think.
4 inches is usually the max.
Yeah.
That's why there's confusion between Avic being a dwarf or not.
Yes. Yeah. Avics
a lot of them reach just that size.
They always still surprise me how small they are. Whenever I see an adult, like a mature one, I always think, is that it?
Yeah. Especially when you look at size like Caribbean and versicolors.
Yeah. But versicolors as well are relatively small, aren't they, really? Yeah. But I think the Diamantinesis is they grow to be about 10. I can't remember exactly how big they grow. They're about 10 centimeters, and they're obviously a dwarf species. So.
I think was it the Himalayana that you had, Francis, that were like matured and he were tiny? So that's where it was. You're right, Anton.
How's it going, Anton? You're right, B. Scott's stream must have finished then. Anton won't come over here after Scott's stream was still going. I don't know who this guy is, but
Kick from studio.
Yeah, I mean, people are welcome to come on, but you've got to introduce yourself in the chat first. You can't just like come on and expect to be like given some like kind of airtime. Dude, if you want to come on, we need to know who you are. So say hello in the chat first. If you're just a random, we're not gonna let you on. So simple as that. Speaking of randoms, that remember the guy who popped up from America, the guy with the Sam. He replied on one of my he commented on one of our free and easy videos, saying that he was moving into a new apartment and he was looking to move into a place where he could like start keeping a few inverts and stuff. So I just said to him, like, keep us informed, drop in, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Be nice if he gets into inverts and just like I told him to keep us posted on what he's going to do and what he gets up to and stuff. Because that'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Just to like have a conversation.
Because he was genuinely like inquisitive, wasn't he?
Yeah, he turned out to be all right. So we
got over the. Just weird.
I mean, I feel good. I feel good that we.
And then he went to sleep as well.
I feel good that we took a risk and it paid off because he's turned out to be okay. Not just some random weirdo. So
not like that other one that pivots bird.
Him that came on and it was just like, yeah, you stream shit, man.
Yeah. Just whatever.
I got that on one of my shorts once. I got this comment from this guy, and it was a tarantula feeding short that I did. I think it was like about a year ago, and I can't remember what music I'd put on it. It was somewhat a bit obscure. Like you had to be in the know to know who it was, and I can't remember. I think it was like a System of a Down track or something, but not one of like the really obvious ones.
Yeah.
And and basically this guy just like commented on my video on my short, and he basically just said, "Your music shit, your video shit. You're not getting a subscription from me. See you." It was just like,
all right.
I was just like, okay, it's fine. You didn't really have to say that,
No.
but thank you, thanks for your feedback.
But the thing is, like, when you get people like that, and all they're doing is just adding to the interactions, whether it's good or it's bad that they're saying, they're still adding.
Yeah. I mean, I left this comment.
You always benefit from it. It's like when people dislike your video. I mean, I don't understand that, but each to their own. But even a dislike, it's still
classed as an interaction.
Yeah.
The YouTube algorithm done. I mean, can you still dislike people's videos, or have they taken that function away? You know, I can't remember. Okay.
Yeah, you can give it a thumbs down, but
okay. I mean, how many thumbs down have you ever given in your life? Let me guess. Probably none. Because you're not a moron. Like if you don't like a video, you just don't like it, don't you? That's all you do.
And if it's something that you don't want to see coming up on your feed, you just
tell them.
Not recommend. Do not recommend.
I don't want this.
It's as simple as that.
But yeah, I just find it so funny when people just like insist on giving you their negative opinions. It's just weird. Especially if it's just something that's just like, fair enough if you're preaching hate or something, then fine. You deserve to be at, by the world. But if all you're doing is like putting a bit of harmless like feeding content on your channel, it's just like people feel the need to tell me that like they hate the music. It's like your music shit, your video shit. You don't get this subscription from me. It's just like okay, what do I even say to that?
The thing is, they've taken like more time out of their life there to do that than people that you actually like. Sometimes it's like,
yeah. Claire's just made a point. Actually, I should have basically. I'm going to remember this. Actually, I should have said. Now in hindsight, it sounds like a good idea. I should have basically said, "It's okay. You've contributed to my viewing hours. Thank you. Watch it again. Watch it again. Leave another really annoyed comment. That'd be great. Thank you." I'm definitely going to say that next time. That's a quality like comeback.
Yeah. I'm still getting viewing time. Might drop.
Yeah. Boom.
Anyway, what I had to show you.
Ooh, look
what I've been playing with.
Boom, bada bing.
Yeah. And it's hollowed out. And then this one has a hole in the top.
Yeah.
Right through.
Have you attached them with magnets?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So That's a magnet.
Francis, honestly, it was just funny, man. It was just funny. It's so funny. Yeah, man.
Yeah, awesome. So there's a magnet there, and then I've got another magnet that just goes on the other side of the acrylic.
Yeah, man.
And it holds.
Brilliant.
And obviously they can just nest up inside there.
Yeah.
So these would go like with the graveyard scene.
Yeah, definitely. So
like just doing them as a set.
Yeah, that'll be good. Well, I had an idea about how to go about pricing your stuff anyway, so we'll have a chat about that next time I see you. Because I think it's time to start getting serious. I've lost my feet. My rubber feet. Oh.
Well,
the thing is,
that first one I've just shown you is hollowed out, so drilled right through the middle, whereas this one, I've just hollowed it out half like that. So when it's against the enclosure, you can see in the back of it.
Yeah. The thing is, it doesn't matter what you use, whether you use a hide or you just put foliage in there. Basically, once they've made their little hammock, you're not going to see them anyway. So it makes no difference what you put in there.
Yeah, that's the idea, Shona. I'll show you the other bits that come with it. So it comes with...
Hang on.
We find it better if I zoomed in, didn't we?
That would help.
So, 1, 2, 3, and a coffin. Which have different variations.
Cool, man. Yeah. So you're just going to sell those as a little set sort of thing?
Yeah. You'll get like those headstones, the coffin, and a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Pumpkin.
Well, Halloween's coming, man. You best get cracking.
Yeah. Well, I've got... What did I make? I made I think I've got 4 sets just about ready to go.
Yep.
And then I'm working on these as well.
And I see you went for green in the end.
Yeah, green for the female, and then brown for the male.
Yeah. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, man. Awesome.
I've started the orchids.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
The that we are.
They're going to look so funny, like size comparison with them. I'll take a picture tomorrow. I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I never did get those photos to you, did I? I said I was going to do. Do you not need them, really? Or do you want them?
No, because I've got the basic shapes and everything at the moment. It's just as when I come to like doing the painting and
just for a little bit of detail, yeah.
Yeah. It's like I was looking at a green mantis today, and it had like tiny little black dots all over its head. Yeah. It's details like that you wouldn't normally see with like.
No, exactly.
When you look at them.
Well, this is what's always attracted me to macro in the first place. Being able to see that detail that you would never ever see with just just your eye. So
yeah, but like I said to you about the other three eyes.
Yeah.
I'd never seen them until I've seen that picture of yours.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because you take the macro shot and then you do the macro shot, and it's just it's details like that just all of a sudden become like really, really obvious.
Yeah.
Showing us off. See you showing it. Yeah, take care, mate. So yeah, it's just details like that. Fantastic. This is why I really want to get back into macro. Really want to get back into it because I've got so many new species now, with all the spiders and all the tarantulas and scorpions and and all the new species of mantis that I've got that I've not taken any macro photos of. There's just so much to look at. I'm really excited to do it. It's just finding the time to do it. So,
well, some of them that you showed me today, you can only see with macro.
Yeah, well, exactly.
I mean,
well, I do that often. Like if there's something I need to look at and I can't see it with my own eyes, or they're in a situation where I can't see it. I have to get the camera out in order to look to see.
Like it allows you to do it from a further distance than using the jeweler's loop, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's Steph not around, dude.
She's to cash up at club.
Oh, okay. Right. So have you got going on, Claire? Anything new? I know you had the Carolensis sack, didn't you? Which I think. Have you? I wondered if you've managed to confirm that you've got viable eggs in there. Andy's in the house. How's it going, Andy? Been a while, mate. Been a while. So many. They must be thinking of somebody else. We've not really been doing any, Andy. We've not really been doing any. We did one the other week, and that's the only one I've done really. But yeah, just these little like more intimate sort of lives. Just while I'm pottering around in the bug room. Yeah, I've started doing these a little bit more often now because I'm just not doing the big ones really. So. Yeah, cool. Yeah, man. I can imagine, Andy. I'd love to do stuff like that, but again, it's just one of those things that I'd love to do, but I'm just never going to have time to do anything like that. So, but yeah, must be so much fun showing people how to do macro on bugs and stuff when they've never done it before. That must be really exciting. Cat mantis are getting a good size now. Look.
Yeah.
You have to let me know if you want some of these, dude. Like if you want to, you want to start if you want to get a little commune going, it's up to you. I've still got quite a few left.
Yeah, definitely. I'm up for that.
I'm still debating whether to keep them going for myself or not. It's all right if you keep them all together in like a big. If you just get yourself like a big mesh popple,
yeah,
stick a load of branches in it and stuff, and they'll be perfectly fine. But you will need to either keep a big towel over it to maintain some humidity, especially while they're young like this. You've seen how I do mine, keep them in that box.
Yeah.
Basically, just keep the tissue damp at all times. I keep them in this deep box. Just keep them in that. That just keeps the humidity whilst maintaining them inside a mesh cube, which is what they prefer.
Yeah, they are cool looking though. Nice.
The thing is, they grow once they get past that. Once they get past that danger zone, once they've molted 2 or 3 more times, and they get to about this sort of 5 or 6 centimeters, they start to look really, 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 really awesome because they get so big. I mean, they get long, bigger than your hand, like in length wise. Some of those females get up to like 12 centimeters. They're just beasts.
The reds as well, though. Like, it just
the reds are so amazing.
Do they just look cool? They look like gremlins.
I thought you were going to say cats.
Yeah, they look like them as well. Only a little bit.
Right. What's happening?
So, catch you later, Sidex.
See you, dude, Francis. I'll give you a shout tomorrow, Francis, about that pair. I'll and see if No, I did ask if he had anything else. He said he didn't he? So
no,
okay, we'll just call it that pair then, dude. What's
Where's just separated?
Yeah, cool. Nice. Oh, what's Andy said there about the move? Oh, right, okay. Yeah, man. God, that's dragging out. That is, dude. Well, I hope we get that sorted soon, man. It must be driving you nuts. Just the waiting, not knowing. Just not knowing. Is everything packed up? He's basically just been living in a house full of cardboard boxes for the last, 8 weeks. Need to pick a healthy individual. Oh, look, they're all healthy.
What will that have?
This, what I'm doing. This, Hierodula papua. They're like another giant Asian. They're like the new kids on the block, giant Asians.
Right.
They're actually really nice. I actually prefer them to the traditional giant Asian, to the H-men's, just because they have a bit of colour. They have a bit more colour on the inside of the raptors and on their thorax. They have like a bit more of a pink, bit more of a red rather than that. You know, our Hierodulas have like, well, they're mainly green, but they sometimes have like a pale, very pale pink sort of strip.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
These sometimes have like a really vibrant red strip. So it's really, you know, they just have a little bit of extra colour, but they grow just as big. They're really nice actually. So
no 50-50s here. No. If it don't look right, it don't go out.
No way, man. No way. This is why. I mean, I can't always do it, but if I can, I try to prepare all my orders the night before, and then I feed them now, and then basically, if they eat their food, they're good to go. So.
The thing is, like, you're only going to end up having to replace it or give a refund.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's only so much you can do, but experience, there's a few tricks you can, that you'd look out for. Basically, because also in the enclosure where I've just taken it from and put it in a fresh pot, I can usually tell whether or not there's a fresh malt in there or it's an old malt, or, I can always tell if the malt's old or not, generally anyway. There's a few telltale signs that you look for. So I'm looking for like fresh malt. If there's a fresh malt in there, and then they eat the night before, I'm usually 100% certain that I'm going to have no problems whatsoever with that, because I know it's usually it'll have malted within the last few days or week, which is fine. And then if it eats, it's good to go. So if there's no malt,
I mean, it's like, you won't send it out bad and then have to replace it, or like I say, end up having to give a refund because it's just costing you money, and that's not good business.
Not good business. Not good. It's not. Well, the thing is, it's not good on so many levels, isn't it? It's not good for me because I have to not only replace the bug, I also have to pay for the postage. So it's not just the cost of the bug; it's the postage. In fact, to be honest, the cost of the bug is actually doesn't mean a lot to me. Not when it comes to stuff that I've bred myself, because I've got surplus,
Yeah.
Because the profit margins are quite high when it's my own breeding. It's the postage. I have to pay like £7.50 postage, packing materials, so it all adds up. So it's like an extra £800 I have to fork out. But then also it's all tarnish on the reputation as well, isn't it? It all adds up.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be that hit and miss guy, do you? But luckily, I think I do all right on that in that regard. I think I'm okay. So, but just comes with experience, really, doesn't it? Like anything else, there's always little telltale signs that you learn along the way when it comes to deciding which individuals you're going to send out. Because it can be tricky, don't get me wrong. I'm not without, things happen. Malts,
yeah, well, that's just
malts in transit happen. It can't be avoided sometimes. The problem is when you've got like literally thousands of individuals that you're choosing from, and usually like any one species, I've usually got at least 20 to 50 of most of the species that I sell. So it's like you're cherry picking. You're looking at them all. But over the years now, I can generally just look like I just did then with that Hierodula. I brought down a box. There was like 12 in there. I just looked, quickly glanced, and I thought actually most of these would be good to go because they all had a malt in them. So I knew they'd all just recently malted. So
yeah. It does that. It does ghost you because he was supposed to buy a bulk lot of T Albos off me.
Who are you talking about?
The place that shall not be named.
Okay. Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to get a bulk order of them off me, and I didn't even want money. I just wanted one of the. He had like some mystery boxes come in, some Reese's mystery boxes, and I just says, "Look, I'm happy to take a mystery box." And then, oh yeah, didn't hear out.
Yeah.
Surely that were going to cost him a lot less than actually, forking out for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Mm.
So there you go.
There's loss in it. I just don't do business with that person.
This is the problem. It's like if you want to be taken seriously, and you want to, if you're serious about wanting to turn whatever it is you're doing into some kind of like small business, and you want to be legitimate, and you want to be recognised as being a serious, reputable place to go for people to come and get stuff from you, why are you messing about? Why are you doing these things? Because it all adds up, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
You do it to one person, okay. We can forgive everybody a few mishaps in life. But if you just, if all of a sudden, I mean, look, we're only speaking to half a dozen people, and there's like 50% of the people in this chat have all had a bad experience with the guy.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? That tells you everything you need to know. Stay away, because there's obviously trouble. It's just not worth it, is it? Once you start getting that kind of reputation, you've blown it in my eyes. You've blown it.
I mean, it could be a case of one of those where too big, too quick.
Yeah. Well,
because he was like young entrepreneur of the year and stuff like that, wasn't he? Like when he first started, and it might have just got too far in front of him, and
The thing is, I think people forget that this is still it's a relatively small community, and reputation is everything in this game.
It is, especially when you've got more and more people selling these days. Like more and more companies popping up and stuff.
Yeah.
Your reputation's everything.
Yeah, absolutely. You just can't afford to be. I mean, I don't know. I just don't understand. I don't understand people's mentality. I mean, where are you coming from when you start treating your customers like with complete disrespect, and don't even. It's like Claire was saying, like didn't get no refunds, no replacements, just didn't get any communication. I mean, why don't you just pack up and go home? Because there's no point in, you can't be taken seriously. You know what I mean? It's
just simple as that.
Just taking the mick, it's just taking the mickey. So, but anyway, and also I just don't know how people can sleep at night treating people like that.
Well, this is
you know what I mean? Because that's the other side of it. It's all well and good saying, well, they obviously don't care, that's fine, that's up to them. But then also, if they don't care about their business, they don't care about people either. People have sent them money in good faith, and they just treat them like that. How can you live with yourself when you
won't be able to judge,
unless you're just a complete numpty. I mean, there's a couple other people who have come and gone. I shan't name names, but there's been people come and go over the years all the time. They come, they crash and burn. They either just treat people like crap, or they get into so much conflict that they end up just like packing up because they can't cope with it.
There's so many like within the tea world. I mean, I don't know how much of it goes on like within like the mantis world, because it's even smaller in it, the mantis community, like for breeders. But within the tea world, there's mates and stuff ripping each other off, and it's like,
I mean, the thing is, all the hobbies are going, all the different elements within the exotic community. They'll all go that way eventually. it's just the natural progression of things, isn't it? This is why I always say collaborations don't, between friends, just don't do it. No, not collaborations. I mean business partnerships, so to speak. You know what I mean? It always ends in tears, man. Guarantee it. Every single person I've ever spoken to who's gone into business, into some kind of partnership with their friends, it's always ended in tears every single time.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You've got to have a certain mentality, haven't you?
I think so, and I just don't understand. I don't understand. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird because you think you like to think if you're good friends with somebody, then that friendship will withstand the test of anything, any pressures that happen. So,
but surely that friendship stops you from the making any of these.
You'd like to think so, but Christoph's done it. I've spoken to, I know quite a few people in the hobby who've all said the same thing. They've got into, they've got into like partnerships with so-called friends, and it's ended up turning sour for one reason or another, and it's all just turned to crap. And I just think, well, they obviously just weren't your friend to begin with. Surely.
Yeah. Did they have an ulterior motive?
Surely that's got to be the bottom line, right?
Yeah. Were it more friends with benefits?
I just don't know. I don't know. So anyway, we'll see, shall we, Gav?
Like I say, you've got to have a certain kind of mentality.
I think you're right. So I think once you start taking these things too seriously and too personally, that's when problems start. I think. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Hi, Lewis. Right. I think that's ultimately what it always comes down to, Claire. It comes down to money and greed and who thinks that they deserve more. It's this, and this comes back to what you was just saying. Yeah, it's about mentality.
Yeah.
Somebody in that relationship usually always feels like they're not getting their fair share, and that's where problems start.
Yeah.
Somebody always feels begrudged in some way. Usually, I think. I imagine. I mean, I've never put myself. I've never been in that situation. So
yeah, I think it's that fine line between ambition in it and greed.
Well,
everybody strives for a bit more money, don't they? But
yeah, well, which is fair enough.
There's a fine line, isn't there?
I think what the problem is probably the case, as is with most partnerships or situations where there's a communique between two parties, and that's transparency. I feel like if you've got 100% transparency right down the line, like you've got a joint bank account, you've got a joint elements, all the business elements are joint and transparent, then I feel like that's potentially what you need to make sure you've got in place. I feel like as soon as there's any element of darkness or shadow that ellipses any element of the partnership, that's where
like a marriage.
Doubt starts creeping in.
Right, innit? I reckon, anyway.
What you mean? Like, don't tell them anything?
No, but like, I know we joke and we kid like this sort of thing, like within relationships, but that's how a relationship's supposed to work, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, there has to be that transparency.
Yeah.
You shouldn't keep secrets from your missus or from your fella.
Yeah.
Because then the dark things start happening, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the same as what had happened in business.
Yeah. I think if I was to go into business with a partner, it would have to be, like I was saying, everything would have to be transparent. So you'd have a joint business account, you'd have a joint business, joint everything. So everyone can see everything that's going on, and there's no not one person is in control of one thing and saying, yeah, everything's fine, don't worry about it. I'm dealing with it. You know what I mean? There'd be none of that. It's like, let's all just work on everything together, sort of thing, just to keep everything clean, legit, open, and transparent. And I think that's probably the best. That would be the way I would want everything anyway. Because otherwise, doubt starts creeping in, doesn't it? And mistrust and
once that seed of doubt is planted, it takes a lot.
Yeah, but this is why you have to choose your partners carefully, don't you? This is why, because if you know your friend and your friend's got some darkness going on, because you've seen it over the years.
Yeah,
you'd just think twice, wouldn't you? You'd be like, okay,
because I mean, even down to like how they treat money in general.
Yeah, exactly.
If it was a good friend, then you'd know just what they're like with the money, and
you've got to. Yeah, you're gonna have an idea, aren't you? So yeah. But anyway, what's going on? Claire says she started her spider biz with a friend. Luckily, she realised she wasn't in it 50-50 money, research and work-wise, and backed away before we fell out. There you go. So, amicable. Are you still friends to this day? Hopefully, yes. So that's good. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. You see, that could have gone wrong, couldn't it? Oh, what's Lewis up to, man?
We ain't kept no secrets, Lewis.
It's honestly, Lewis. We're just shooting the breeze, man. We're not actually talking about anybody in particular. Don't worry about it, man. Lewis investigates.
Yes, we are. No, because I think like we just say things as it is.
Yeah, we're just shooting the breeze, dude. We're just chatting like we do. Anyway, I am going to cut this stream short in a minute, guys, because I've done. It's 11:20, and I want to go and eat some more snacks before I go to bed. So I think I'm going to go. Bloody Jeremy's not got back to me, man. He's ignoring me. But there you go. It's official, Claire. You have been messaged by Lewis. Lewis has set up a company. Urban Exotics UK, by any chance? Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna go too. Claire needs a beauty sleep. I definitely need more beauty sleep than Claire, and Gav does too.
What sleep?
What sleep? Yeah, exactly, man. Sleep gives you cancer, man. Everyone knows
They've still got, Bubbly does. They've still got shitloads of stuff left of Urban Exotics.
Yeah, I know. Have still got
surprised they haven't been able to shift it.
Yeah, have they still got that Balfouri commune? I bet that's gone.
I don't know. They did at one point.
Oh, Aruna is Jeremy. What is Lewis on? What is Lewis on? Have you been having too many painkillers, Lewis? Oh, who you had issues with? Anyway. Nobody has issues with Jeremy, Lewis. Jeremy, I
do. He's our educated fella.
Jeremy doesn't have issues with anybody, man. So don't even go there. Anyway,
I was active earlier because he liked my picture on Instagram. He might have had a busy day.
He's still at it, man. He's like a dog with a bone, man. All right, I've had enough of this. I'm going to go. Right. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. I'm going to get going. So see you, whoever's left. Andy, Claire, Lewis, Mandy. Thanks, guys, and anybody else who's there. See you later. Night, night. Claire, I'm going to message you.
Farewell.
I'm going to message you, Claire.